Hello again, Jesse Slamarella here, and we're going to do another mainstream music CD collection, and got a few here that are a lot the same, but I also got a couple artists that aren't. So let's just start off at the top and get this dust the fuck out of here. All right, I don't know what you're gonna think of this or not, but whatever. This is Def Leppard's Rock of Ages best of kind of 2 disc thing. Kind of classic old rock and roll type of stuff. There's the back. The inside. That's disc 1. This is disc 2. Def Leppard isn't everyone's cup of tea, even if you are into just mainstream music and stuff like that, but it does have a lot of classic songs. Pour Some Sugar on Me, Love Bites, let's see here, Armageddon It, Hysteria, Bringing on the Heartbreak, sorry. Kind of very ballady type songs as well. It's more nostalgia reasons that I have this. My dad used to be huge into Def Leppard and used to listen to it on long road trips to go see my grandparents and do other things, and he'd throw that on, and as well as some other really old stuff. So next up is Deep Purple's Machine Head, their like fucking best album. It's kind of like some regular old metal. It's not anything super heavy, not anything super duper, I don't know, brutal. It's just regular metal. It's got Smoke on the Water, which is, everyone knows that fucking song. Well, pretty much every song on this album is great. Highway Star, Maybe I'm a Leo, Pictures of Home, Never Before, Smoke on the Water, Lazy and Space Truckin'. Definitely the soundtrack to my youth for sure, and another thing my dad threw on in the car when we went on road trips and stuff like that to go see relatives that were like a few hours away. So can't really hate on Deep Purple. You can hate on Def Leppard if you want. I don't give a shit about that. Next is my Disturbed collection. So this is Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. This was my soundtrack to my high school years, basically. This and Mudvayne and Slipknot and Godsmack, all that new metal junk. Lots of good songs on here. Down with the Sickness, Stupefy, Violence Fetish, Fear, Conflict, Dropping Plates, Meaning of Life. Good stuff. Next, they did a kind of a weird production change and some other stuff they did to it. It kind of sounded different, but this is Believe by Disturbed. This is the regular jewel case edition. Inside with Howie Mandel, no I'm kidding, David Draymond. Yeah, lots of good songs on here. If you like Disturbed, of course. Prayer, Liberate, Awaken, Believe, Remember, Intoxication, Rise, Mistress. And I also got this version. This is the deluxe digipack with a metal like medallion buckle thing. Actually, that'd be sweet if you could turn that into a buckle, but then these horns would be stabbing you in the gut whenever you sit down. So nothing on the back, but on the inside there's like a bunch of different art and which I'll show, and pictures of the band and lyrics and all the different symbols they used in there. It comes with a DVD of some stuff, like the making of the album and whatnot. The funny thing is, Fuzz from Disturbed, if I can find the picture of it here. Just give me a second. Not that guy. This guy. This guy looked like my grade 10 guitar teacher. I can't remember his name for the life of me, unfortunately. But we all swore that on his days off, he was the bass player for Disturbed. Next is 10,000 Fists. This was really, really good back in the day. Loved this album. Played it a lot. Like a lot. The sticker that came with it has that. Now, one interesting thing about this, I don't know if I showed you the back or not. One of the guys in here kind of reminds, yeah, there, that guy right there. Does that not look like Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath? Like from that last video I showed you with the caricatures, that looks like Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, and I don't know why they would put a caricature of him in this. But I think it was Seth MacFarlane that drew the art for this. Like even this guy right here, I'm pretty sure this looks like a character from, like, I don't know, one of the Marvel characters or something like that. I don't know. Looks like Styx maybe or something. I don't know. He looks very familiar. Some of these characters that were drawn in here just really stick out to me. That and that guy. That guy kind of looks like fucking Rob Halford a bit. Or someone. Next is the Indestructible Deluxe Digipack of Disturbs here. There's actually a couple songs on this that apparently they wrote back in the days of Down with the Sickness, or The Sickness or whatever. See inside CDs. And they reworked them and fit them into this. I think one of them was Criminal, and the other might have been Deceiver. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of good songs on this. Indestructible is good. Inside the Fire is good. The Night is good. Perfect Insanity, Criminal, Divide, Facade. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the DVD, the making of Indestructible on there. It's pretty cool. And continuing right along, this is Asylum. Still really decent Disturbed stuff at this point. Didn't really have any complaints. Still had some new twists and turns to throw at you with some kind of old sound as well. Asylum's good. Never Again is good. Serpentine is amazing. Love that song. Another Way to Die was alright. And the rest of the songs in there kind of sound like old stuff that's just kind of been rehashed. What else do we have here? We have a live album by Disturbed. It's called Music as a Weapon 2. It's from the 2003 tour, apparently. It also has a bunch of other bands on here, but I got it for the Disturbed portion. Let's see. Disturbed, Loading the Weapon, Bound, Dehumanized. That's one of the reasons I got this, was that song. They do a cover of Fade to Black, Darkness, Prayer, and Stupefy. Yeah. And then I have the kind of B-sides and rarities Lost Children compilation disc, which has leftover tracks from the... Oh man, what is it? from one of the Dracula movies and from something else, from a few soundtracks, I think. But yeah, Hell, A Welcome Burden. Um, let's see here. Run is okay. God of the Mind is on here. So yeah, Welcome Burden and God of the Mind is on the remastered re-release of The Sickness, so you can get that on there. Dehumanized, they actually have the studio version of that song on here, and the song called 3, which is pretty decent. And then their newest album called Immortalize, which just sounds like a bunch of stuff that they didn't use from all the other albums. It doesn't sound anything special. There's no song on here that really sticks out in my mind. The song, The Sound of Silence, just is stupid, because if it actually was The Sound of Silence, you wouldn't hear anything in the song. So, duh. Kind of a really dumb song name, in my opinion. And the video is kind of weird for one of those songs. I don't know which one it is, but it's just got the Disturbed character going to this news station and killing all the broadcasters and shit there, and walking out like he's fucking V for Vendetta. I don't know, just very uninspired, very unoriginal, and they kind of came out and announced when this album was up that they're giant potheads, and that's how they're always inspired for their music. And it's just like, fuck off. Stop. Just stop, like, advocating drugs, and stop advocating that kind of lifestyle for music. You make the best music when you're of clear mind and not under the influence, and it's not something to brag about. That's my opinion anyways, and I feel strongly about that. I just, for one, it's not legal everywhere. It is in some states and some, wherever, but for the most part, it's still not legal everywhere. So they're basically admitting to being a criminal. And second of all, you shouldn't breathe in anything besides oxygen. It's dumb. It's dumb to be proud of bad habits. It's like bragging about doing heroin, or bragging about, like just smoking in general, or bragging about being in debt, or bragging about being a gambler or something. Like, bad habits aren't something to be proud of and something to brag about. So I just, whatever. It's going to be fucking legalized here in Canada soon, and I will have nothing to be able to say about it. So kudos to all you potheads out there that are going to be able to smoke legally, but honestly, I think we could be doing something a little better with our time. Something a little more productive, a little more progressive, a little more positive. Just, yeah. Anyways, I kind of ended this with a rant. I apologize. That shit just kind of gets me worked up, and it was very disappointing when I found out that about Disturbed, as well as the album not being the greatest. So, anyways, this has been another mainstream music collection. Hope you liked it. Hope you didn't get too annoyed with my rant there. Once again, just my opinion. Smoke yourself silly if that's your thing, but it's not mine. And before you get on the whole thing about alcohol being another drug, you're probably right. And it's probably, slowly doing damage to people's livers. But everything in moderation, my friend. You don't need to drink like an entire 24 pack plus shots plus this plus that. Just have the odd social drink here and there, and then I think there's studies that say a glass of wine a day is actually healthy. So who knows? Guess I'm getting healthy. Or I could just be looking like a hypocrite. Who knows? Anyways, I will probably do a video about something like that in the future. This has gone on long enough, and I apologize. Thanks for watching. Hope you like Disturbed, because that's basically mostly what I showed today. I will see you in the next video. Stay sick, my friends.